Haruna Fed, Haruna Fed. Looking forward to getting started with you today. All right, so we're gonna get in this adumbration and get moving. All right. So first thing we're gonna do, of course, is our Shiasha. Then we're gonna get and move into the all over body check-in. We're gonna get with some brief Asar Stance. We're gonna get into some brief Qigong. We're gonna do the short form. Then we're gonna review what we've done this month in terms of self-defense applications. And then once that's done, we're going to pick up and prepare and get y'all ready for April's work, and where we're actually going to start showing what that looks like. And first thing I'm going to do is do it so you can understand the math and the physics of it by showing the vectors. And so we'll go through it that way with the different movements, so you'll have an opportunity to see them. I think that'll be enjoyable, so folks understand, folks that have different learning modalities will be able to visualize. And so we'll have a visual, and then we'll have the math, or rather the math, physics, geometry of it, so you can get an opportunity to see, okay? And then after that, that's going forward, but today we'll do that. We'll get into a breathing exercise, alternate nostrils, and then we'll get to our wisdom from the sages of the ages, and we'll bow out and get on with the rest of our day. So for now, let's get it in. Let's bow in. To all the masters that have gone before us, we bow. Teacher, student, student, teacher. All right, so again, we're going to work with the all over body check-in. So you want your feet, shoulders width apart. I'm going to show you how we do it standing. So if we were in class, you're going to use your hands here, and they're designed to have them here if your bottom is tucked, so you have the opportunity to get your balance and keep your balance. So we're going to shift the weight to the right, pick up that left foot, and we're going to rotate, point the toe, flex the toe, and then go the other direction. All right, place it down, heel first. Gently, we're going to wiggle all the toes. We'll start with just the big toe and work your way down to the pinky toe. Then you switch feet. We'll shift the weight, pick it up, and take it around. And change direction. Bring it down. And you wiggle the toes. And bring the hands down if you like. One toe at a time. Big toe all the way to the pinky toe. All right, so now we got the ankle. Let's work the shoulder. And again, remember, this all over body check-in can go a little bit longer. All right, we're just going through it so that we actually get a little bit of practice and change direction while we're here together. And remember, switch shoulder, that what we do in class is a review and a refinement of your practice every day. So we're meeting twice a week. So for at least 2 more days, you want to be able to do this by yourself, all right? And again, our goal is getting up to 20 minutes in Asar Stance. So we know we got to get that going, change direction. All right. So we want to build our personal practice so that when we're here together, you have an opportunity to check for the foot placement, to check for the weight shifting, the hip rotation, and then the expression of the arms. And bring up the hand now. Work the wrist as a way to refine the practice, okay? And hopefully folks have been doing the work to get their body stronger. Because what I'd like to do as we go into April, May, June is to continue parts of this, but focus more on change direction with the hand, the healing aspects. And so we're going to get into our sama and some of our meditation practices. Bring some of those back. We haven't done as much meditation. And we want to be able to do that as we're working through the body. This particular season being spring, we're working on the gallbladder and the liver. Wiggle the fingers. This will afford us an opportunity to really get that going and moving. More salads. And definitely more fresh fruit, more leafy greens. Exchange hands as a way to get your body producing what you need it to do and improving your practice. Getting your meditations in. All right. Change direction. Look at the fingers. One at a time. All right. Now let's work the head. All right, looking left, we're going to go up and down now. And looking to the right, up and down. All right, front and center. Up and down. And take it all the way around. Your next in breath, change direction. Next in breath, bring it right back to front and center. All right. So now we've gone through most of the body. Let's get into Wu Chi. Pyramid hands. Shift the weight to the right, stepping left, a little wider than shoulders width, heel first. Get it balanced out between the legs, 50-50. And begin Asar Stance. Gripping hands. Holding the golden orbs. Into oneness. Into the turtle. Out to the drawbridge. Point the hands between the legs. Into oneness. Rabbit through the chute, as we've done before. Into oneness. Elbows. Into oneness. Right hand on top of left hand, palms up, thumbs touching, arms and hands not touching the body. Rotate the left hand on top, palms facing each other. See a ball of golden white light like the sun in between the palms of the hands. Into oneness. Into the turtle. Drawbridge. Pointing the hands. Into oneness. Pyramid hands. Drop the right hand. Left hand into the chest. Arms and hands not touching the body. Extend the left hand and begin tracing the Tai Chi diagram. And bring it back to front center. Pyramid hands. Drop the left hand and bring the right into the chest. Pyramid hands. Shifting all the way to the right, sliding the left foot in the Wu Chi. And we shake it out. Feet parallel, shoulders width. I'm going to go right into our short form so we can give in, sinking down as we exhale. All right, now we got short form in. From the Qigong, we had, once we're here, we can even do it here, feet parallel, shoulders width. So I'm going to work some of it from here. So you had rabbit through the chute, which is here. Okay, and this is a trapping maneuver, okay, which can be done so that you're grabbing that arm as someone is coming around. You're grabbing, so you're coming around, grabbing it, locking it, okay? So that's one piece. It's separate. You have the pressing down here, which is a way to address someone that's in the mid-range headed into try to take down legs. So what you do is there's a way to, you're taking the hands and separating them, or taking them right at the form. Take some practice, because the timing has to be right. Because what you're seeking to do is to redirect their energy away while pressing down, okay, when they're trying to shoot for your legs. All right. So there's that. And then the others are if you already, your situational awareness is already compromised and someone has grabbed you, okay? So one of the techniques is here, come up here. Okay, so depending on where they are, you can even step in. So the angle is the same, so make them release you and strike with the elbow simultaneously. Okay, and so that's from here. This movement is a protective movement. Okay, doesn't have to be both arms. The other piece is here, the swing, which so you can see is you can actually protect yourself, bring the hand down, and use this part of the hand. And here you can see this part of the hand because you're holding the chi ball in the hand and it's coming up, right? And so it's coming up. And you have the press down, which is simple. This is a lot like sunrises over the mountain, sunsets, different angle, right? And that brings us right back to where we can come here again, okay? All right, so now we got that set. We'll get into the purpose of the Martial Qigong set another time, because there's an actual purpose for why we're doing turtle, why we do the drawbridge, okay, and the whole set. But I want to get into that piece so that we don't lose that in terms of what's happening and how we're going about what we do. So now, from the form, you remember we got sunrises over the mountain, sunrises over the mountain, as a way of defining our personal intimate space in 360, right? And so what that's designed to do is to limit folks coming and to just stop them, okay, right here. And if you could feel that they're pressing to continue to come forward, you can let the sun set to either side and let them go. This is your choice. If they're being really aggressive, you can step towards them as they come down, they come in, to bring them up to meet your knee and to introduce yourself. And it can be done with either side, okay? And that's why you want the hands in here. Elbows tucked, just like we do in this exercise when we started, okay? It's part of the reason for that, even from sunrises over the mountain and sunsets, place the body in proper orientation. We want to keep the body whole. So from here, sunrises over the mountain, sunsets, we go to ward off. So this is here. What I want you to see also is that as you shift the weight, this is like a shoulder strike, okay? I'm going over sharing you different applications than what we talked about before, so you can see there's a lot in these movements. Okay, so you get a little shoulder strike, or you can throw a little hip in it, depending on, because we're turning the waist. Okay, so that's there. The foot sweep. Okay, so there's a here. And then we bring the hands in to stop the hand movements and the protection. And as we complete the whole movement, we can see the break or the throw. Okay. Here we go, ward off. And then we come here, stepping beyond them and bringing this in as grasp the bird's tail and stroke as a way to throw them over this knee, which is underneath them. Okay. And again, a lot of what I want you to see is that right now, this particular part of the form, what Tai Chi Chuan is doing is seeking to decrease the distance and to utilize that intimacy and closeness and to utilize the power of the weight turning and the proper foot placement so that you have the opportunity to uproot and to place yourself at advantage. So here, and then we talked about roll the ball. Roll back, we haven't gone into, but roll back is just to bring someone in a little closer, a little tighter to you. And as they come in, you can help them out with the press and help them leave. Short movement. And then of course the push is designed to get them off you. And then we come back around. So the push comes this way. And so what you can see, there's active here, and then it's released here. And by the release, there's nothing in these arms. So as they grab, there's nothing for them to really hold on to. And that's a concept that you have to be able to touch someone to feel it. Okay, so let's have a seat real quick and we'll get into our breathing exercise. Really what we want you to work on is your breathing and the grasping these movements, okay? So from the very start, you get that sunrises and the hands are in here, but it's the same position that we use in the all over body check-in. All right, so when you sunrise, that's the whole point, is we're utilizing all of the natural movements of the body in proper orientation. Hugely important for maintaining your wholeness. All right. So it's here, so sunsets is here. And I want you to see it as it's coming down, but because you're whole, you can then go to either side, or you can also work the knees. Ward off to the right, again, we're here. And what I want you to see is if I just turn the chair, you see I haven't changed anything other than the rotational axis. But because the body is actually shifting to the right, see how I'm off that center line now? And then as I turn, you see this center line, I am no longer there. Okay, so that's what ward off to the right is doing. And you have this tangent being met with that opponent's linearity, and you're here. And so then as you shift the weight forward, this is what you're doing here. Okay? And so then roll the ball, grasp the bird's tail, similar energies right here. Grasp the bird's tail is here. This is the throw over the leg. And this is the way you can release or break the arm. Okay? And then we come the other way. This is roll the ball. So roll the ball is coming here, coming right at you with the ball of energy. And it's left away. Okay? Roll back is coming here. Same thing. Now, that's the primary goal, okay? Is to create the spaces of intimacy that are to your advantage because you're using your weight shifting, your foot placement, the rotation of the body, and how you need to move. Got it? Hopefully so. Now we get this breathing in. Both palms up, thumb, index finger touching. Breathing in through the nostrils, out through the mouth. In through the nostrils, Out through the mouth. Take the left hand, block off the left nostril with the left thumb, middle and index finger touching, breathing in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Fire breath. Deep breath in. And release. Switching hands, no breath. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Fire breath. Deep breath in. And release. Both hands up, breathing in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Fire breath. Deep breath in. Chin down. And release. In. Out through the mouth. In through the nostrils. And out through the mouth. All right. Essence of Tai Chi Chuan, the literary tradition. Throughout the body, the mind relies on the spirit, not on the breath. If it relied on the breath, it would become stagnant. If there is no breath, throughout the body, the mind relies on the spirit, not on the breath. If it relied on the breath, it would become stagnant. If there is breath, there is no external strength. If there is no breath, there is pure steel. And that is taken from Expositions of Insights into the Practice of the 13 Postures. Now we have the teachings of Ptah Hetep. And here we go. Do not scheme against people. God will punish accordingly. If someone says, I shall live by scheming, they will lack bread for their mouths. If someone says, I will be rich, they will have to say, my cleverness has trapped me. If they say, I will trap for myself, they will not be able to say, I trap for my profit. If one says, I will rob someone, they will end by being given to a stranger. People's schemes do not prevail. God's command is what prevails. Therefore, live in the midst of peace. What God gives comes of itself. Then we have Lao Tzu, the Tao Te Ching. Movement and function. Cyclic reversion is Tao's movement. Weakness is Tao's function. All things in the universe are derived from being. Being is derived from non-being. With that, let us bow out. I say to you, Hetep, to all the masters that have gone before us, we bow. Teacher to student, student to teacher. Respect to the ancestors. Homage to the eternal witnesses of the earth and sky. Bid you Hetep, peace, life, health, and strength to you, Ankh Uja Seneb. And we say, Amen Re Nesut, Achen Re Neb, and Ankh. All right. And from here, I thank you for your presence, your participation, and look forward to us being together in this next month as we work on strengthening the body, beginning to understand the beginning movements of the Sama practice and some meditation, so that as we get and begin to flower into spring to bear our fruit in the summer, we will have now begun and gone through kind of a complete cycle of what it is that we offer in terms of the Kemetic Ahan Sama Association, the basic things that we want to be able to teach folks so that they can add to their daily practice, which would be the Tai Chi Chuan, the Qigong, the meditations, both standing and sitting, the Rekhati Committee beginner things, which are the meditation system that we talk about. And then, of course, the food and the food sciences and practices. And then we get to some ritual aspect that you'll see, which is the cyclical relationship of the fasts and how those interconnect with the body and the subtle ways that you understand the different aspects of the body. And then we'll begin to get a little deeper, as the summer is when African cultures begin to celebrate their new year. And so we'll be bringing those to you so that you begin to understand that time is an affect of culture. I've talked about that elsewhere. You have an opportunity to go through our liberation tools pages on our YouTube, so you can like and subscribe and share down here and hit the little bell button so you can be updated every time we update. Look forward to being with you soon. KhASA BVOW.